Now let's talk about how to target previous Amazon customers for your rebate ranking funnel. So you might remember this is one of the traffic sources that I mentioned previously, and that is going back to the well. You have, if you've been selling on Amazon, and by the way, this hopefully goes without saying that this only applies to those people watching that have been selling on Amazon for a while. You have all of these previous Amazon customers. In some cases, you have thousands of these people that know, like, and trust your brand. Well, it's a no-brainer to reach out to them and invite them to take advantage of your free rebate offer. So let me just walk you through that. So underneath this video, you're going to have access to a Google Doc, and it has some instructions at the top. And I just want to explain how this works. So if you've been selling on Amazon for a while, you probably have a lot of customers, but you also know that Amazon does not reveal to us that Amazon customer's real email address. Instead, they only provide a masked version of the email, such that if we ever were to reach out to them, that email would go through Amazon's internal systems, and we don't want that. They don't want you to reach out with any promotional messages. So for a few years, this is a real struggle. We didn't know how to obtain the customer's real email. So we would do things like the use of package inserts, and I taught you how to do that in a previous module. And so that works really well. So clearly, that if you have a list of people that have added their email as a result of your package insert, this is the easiest way to just blast out this email to them. And by the way, in this document is a email template. But what if you have like thousands of people that kind of ignore the package insert, they didn't respond to it? What do you do with them? Because they're perfectly viable people. Well, there's a service managed by Stats called Real Email. And as you can see here, we give you the registration link in case you don't already use the service. Now here's the deal. Once you're a paid member of Managed by Stats, you have access to a service called Real Email. And you can see it right there in the screenshot where you can find it. See? Real Email. Now, how this works, this does what's called email append. Okay, what is email here? I'll blow this up so you can see it. Email append. So what is email append? Okay, so there are giant public databases that over the years people have bought things through catalogs, through the phone and stores where they have willingly provided their email address. Maybe you've been at the mall. I was in line with my wife. She bought something at a store called Victoria's Secret. And the girl during the checkout process says, hey, would you like to be added to our list? What's your email address? And she just willingly gave the email address. And so there's all of these giant databases where they can do a data match. They can see somebody's name, somebody's address, which we have, and say, oh, wait, Emily last month actually gave us willingly her email address. And so they do what's called email append. They will append the data, all of the information that Amazon gives us, the Amazon customer's name, their address, their zip code. They will compare it against this giant nationwide database, and it will match up the person's real email address if they can find it. And do you know, this is so successful, they're able to do email append in about 40 to 50% of the cases. I remember I did this and we ended up with like over 100,000 of our customers' real email addresses. That's just solid gold, okay? Now, here's the deal. If you only sign up under the trial when you join Managed by Stats, he hides these features because he doesn't want to like rub it in the nose of Amazon. Amazon doesn't love this idea. See, Amazon considers those customers their customers. We consider these Amazon customers as our Amazon customers. So only when you become a paying member of Managed by Stats does this real email option appear in your account. Okay, because I've had people say, Ben, he doesn't offer it anymore. No, he does, but you can't be on a trial basis. And this is very inexpensive, Managed by Stats. Okay, so again, if you're not a member, I highly recommend you do it because that's also included with the Managed by Stats service is that seller mail feature. And I gave you a template, our two-step email template for that as well in the previous video. Okay. Now, there's another tool, again, that you unlock, if you will, once you're a member of Managed by Stats, and it's called Seller Blast. And this allows you to send out an email blast to all of the real emails found from their email append service. Now, they will be the first to tell you that the email deliverability rate will be less than it would be with a, let's call it a first tier service like Aweber or MailChimp. These are like second tier email providers. However, what offsets that is the ease of use, okay? And so if you want to read more about how Seller Blast works, a lot of my Fast Track members and clients use it, I give you a link right here. Okay, and I'll just kind of walk you through. There's a simple setup that they can help you with, and just know that the ease of use is the benefit. The con is that your rate of those emails, appearing in the inbox versus the spam box, it's not going to be as good compared to Aweber, for instance. Now, another option that can get you better deliverability rates is a software service called QuickMail. It looks like this. Now, how QuickMail works is pretty interesting. So if you have a Google Suite account, it allows you to have a branded email address, okay, which, by the way, you guys should all get a Google Suite account. It's cheap. So you can get a legitimate looking email address that is a Gmail email, only it's not like one of those free looking ones. It's not like, joeblow@gmail.com. This allows you to have a Gmail address that looks more professional, such as bob@alphadoginc.com. So it's like a branded Gmail email address. It's like $10 a month. It's dirt cheap. Now, what QuickMail does is it uses your Google Suite account to make it appear to the email providers that somebody within your company is manually typing and sending one at a time emails. So by definition, it's not spam. Spam occurs when you blast out like 5,000 emails all at once. But Google is a trusted, authoritative domain. And so when you use a Google Suite email address, and then you plug in this service that is at quickmail.io, it appears to the email providers that, oh, this is like being sent one at a time from a Google Suite authority domain. So let's not put it in the spam folder. Let's put it in the inbox. Now, I'm going to give you a fair warning. This is a more aggressive tool. So you don't want to use your main primary Google Suite email for this. Suck it up, spend an extra $10 a month, we're not talking a lot of money, and get a new Google Suite email just for this purpose if you're going to use QuickMail. You can send up, a QuickMail will send up to 500 emails a day, which is plenty for most of you to get enough of these rebate buyers coming in. So like if my main email address through Google Suite was ben@alphadoginc.com, I'd buy a brand new one, not associated with my primary account. That would be like ben@alphadogproducts.com. Okay? So that if anything ever happens, I can nuke the Google Suite email, because it really doesn't matter. The only reason I had that one, I bought that domain and I had that Google Suite solely for this QuickMail purposes, and it won't affect my main real Google Suite email. And if that is over your head, don't use QuickMail at all. Just don't worry about it. Just use the Managed by Stats, Seller Blast service, okay? All right, so those are some of your options. And now, depending on which option you use, either Seller Blast or quickmail.io, I want to show you now the email that you can blast out to your previous Amazon customers. And I put here as a reminder, remember though, you still need to set up your automated Aweber email sequence. Because remember, you're driving, so you're going to send an email to your previous Amazon customers. Hey, thanks for buying product A. I'm releasing product B. You can get it for free. Remember, we're driving them to this site and we're asking them to opt in, because what this will do at that point is now we're using Seller Blast that is frankly just a temporary measure to ultimately get them onto your permanent, much better Aweber list. So you're going to drive them to this funnel They're going to opt in, and you still need to load up those 3-step Aweber email sequences for this funnel. Don't forget that, right? So you still need to set up your 3-step Aweber sequence for this. The beauty of this is it will then move them from a second-tier email provider sent through Seller Blast, drive them to this web page, which will get them on your top-tier email provider like Aweber, and then it's game over. Then it's super easy. Then you don't have to worry about this. Does that make sense? Here's the email. And I'm not going to read it because it's very simple, but we just want to bridge the gap between, hey, you're a previous customer and now we have this great new offer. But the rest of it is like boilerplate from some of the previous examples. Secret Amazon sale, 100% off garlic press. That is a killer subject line for an email. Hi there. I wanted to personally thank you for your recent purchase of our blank. So you mentioned specifically the other product that they bought, if possible. If you have a large product line, I realize you can't do that. But thank you for your recent purchase of our silicone spatula set on Amazon. We really appreciate it. Because you bought this item from us, we wanted to let you know about a special secret Amazon sale where you can get our brand new garlic press for free. Well, first, why are we doing this? We're a small business who sells our product line on Amazon. To celebrate the launch of our new garlic press on Amazon, we've decided to give away 48 of them today for free. Why? Because Amazon is competitive. We need to generate blah, 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 blah. What better way to get word of mouth than to give some of them away for free to our previous customers? See, there's the bridge, and the rest is pretty much the same. This should look rather familiar. Here's how it works. Send us your email, blah, 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 blah. Here's my personal email. Comes right to me. Here's my direct phone number. Head pat. Want one? And then you're going to link here to the search, find, buy rebate offer. You're going to link right to this page, hoping that they opt in, and now they're part of your permanent Aweber leads list. And then that Aweber sequence is going to kick in. That will kick in the Ascension ladder, inviting them to become a better level customer by joining your rebate club. See how everything kind of fits together, and you're building these long-term assets, these incredibly valuable email lists. All right, so that is pretty advanced, pretty ninja. It took us a couple years to figure this out and kind of, in the real world, figure out how to put all the pieces together into a cohesive, ranking plan. So there you have it. How to use previous Amazon customers to rank your product.